It's coming. It's coming. All right. Hello, hello. We'll allow everybody to get a chance to get on. We were a little late.
Very busy day.
It has been extremely busy today. All right. I think we're good there. Hey, homestead and baby and engraving business and life. How are you?
We're having to shuck, hey Miley, corn while we talk to y'all tonight, because if we don't, it's going to sit out in the humidity and ruin. So we're going to have to work and chit chat. Hey, Sean in Alaska. Hey, Salon Girl Garden. Linda Jacobs, how are y'all? We're working tonight while we talk to y'all because we have sitting beside me the last cooler of corn we have to get done tonight.
Or it's going to ruin.
So, right.
Hey, Miss Cecilia.
And I have to start
peas
tomorrow. So
yeah, we just pulled. Okay, y'all saw the video. I had the peas and the butter beans. We just went out and pulled another.
And the corn.
Yeah, and corn. We just pulled another. Was that 30 gallons or 35 gallons?
No, Aiden did the math. It was 17 and a half.
17 and a half gallons of peas. 17 and a half more gallons
on top
of
of
peas.
what we already have.
Yeah. Hey, Amy.
But I did get all those
hey, Miss Darlene.
peeled and put up. And it's like a never ending. I've been trying to get the girls' summer clothes put in their closet all summer, and that still has not happened yet.
Hey, Sam, what's up?
And I keep thinking one day.
By the time we actually get them in the closet, it'll be fall and winter again. So we probably
I
won't need
keep
to do
thinking
that.
one day I'm going to get it done, but it's just too much to do.
This time of year is just extremely busy.
I just got all the school work put up and the books organized and the grades put up and the new books ordered. And
but you know, as we were talking about, our gardens are huge.
June's almost over.
Our gardens are huge. So this time of year, we're just slammed. I mean, we're just crazy busy. I mean, the other night we stayed up. We've been staying up to 11:30 and 12 working at night, and with us getting up early milking, and Misty's been shucking corn literally all day.
All day today.
It's just like
yesterday.
It's amazing how busy we actually stay, and how I thought we were going to have an easier night before the live. And Misty said, we got more peas to pick. So I went to pick peas, and it's just been nuts. So
and I didn't get to do it because when I say shucking corn all day, we had a friend of ours. We've already put all of ours
up. Hey, Fancy Farmer.
We've already put all of ours up. We had a friend of ours message us, and he plants acres of corn. And he was like, look, it's gonna go bad. Y'all come get whatever you want. So me and some of the older kids went out yesterday, and how many ears would you say we picked?
Probably 400, 400. 3 or 400.
It didn't take us long to pick them. It's taken
400
forever to get them shucked.
On top of the stuff we already had too.
We had this bucket. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show it to y'all. This bucket, 2 of those that I filled up, plus what happened to the corn I had? Plus
you throw it in there?
4 5-gallon buckets.
Hey, little feet. Hey, Grammy Karen.
And a cooler of corn.
We grew Silver Queen this year. This guy grows a typical G90 because he's part of a growing program for wildlife. So he's growing G90, and then he grows sorghum and field corn next season.
But this will easily feed us for a year. I mean, easily.
More than that, probably. Everything this year has been, we've actually had a great spring. So our garden is pretty much blown up. We have had a great garden season. What do you say?
Mm-hmm. I think the only thing that didn't do really what I thought it was going to do was the squash.
The squash and zucchini. Squash for us, it's amazing. Most people can grow squash at the drop of the hat. We just never been a big squash grower. I mean, we just can't grow a lot of it, which we don't eat a ton of it, but we just can't grow a lot of it.
You cooked some with supper. We had vegetable soup tonight, and I used.
It was a bomb.
I used beef, and then I use. Hey, Dawn Golf, thank you.
Thank you, Dawn.
It was really easy. I browned some beef, and I put a can of tomato sauce in with some water, probably 2 or 3 cans of water in it. And then I had our okra, our potatoes, our corn, our carrots, our lima beans,
our basil,
our potatoes,
our fresh basil,
our basil,
and our pepper.
And our pepper, yeah. So it was
a
really good. I'm gonna try. I took a picture of. Well, actually, Colby took a picture of it, but I'm gonna try to get it out on the social media in a little while. We've just been after eating, you clean up, and we set everything up, and then I said,
"Thank you, Fancy Farmer."
Colby, I hate to shuck the corn during the live, but if not, we're gonna be up to like 12 again tonight.
You know, we don't do spaghetti or butternut. Our kids are not crazy about it. And Misty likes squash, but she don't like it every way. She likes it just 1 or 2 ways. So we just don't grow a lot of squash. I always say I want to grow butternut
But you know,
or spaghetti, but we
our
don't
rows out there are absolutely beautiful. I picked 2 today, but you know, I guess when I'm comparing them to people that have like the same amount and they're coming in with like basketfuls.
Yeah.
I guess that's why I would say that our squash didn't do as well. We have had plenty. Yeah, see, like here's one of our zucchinis
we waited too long.
that I picked today. Do y'all cream the corn? Yes. Actually, our corn that we had.
Hey, Rich Life, what's up, dude?
This whole thing plus some was full of our corn, and because it was smaller in size, we used the biggest ones, which was about. I'll show you the corn that I have in my hand. It was about this size, and we put all of those up, and then the rest of the smaller ones I creamed, and I come out with about 6.5 gallons.
Hey, Reed, what you say? What's up?
Of creamed corn, and then 3 gallons of corn on the cob from our farm.
And then we literally have got 400 more ears that we have to put up of this corn.
Yep.
I mean, we literally have so much corn. Like we don't really have room. Our last set of chickens pretty much took the rest of the room, and we're already running with 1, 2, 3, 4 freezers.
Thank you, Mom.
Thank you. We're running with 4 freezers now, and we have to buy some more freezers because we're supposed to get to all that. What's up, Mom? Homestead.
So this was about the size of our corn right here. The size.
So it's not.
So we put this size up in the freezer, and like I said, I had about 3 gallons of this size of ours, and then I creamed the rest because it was a little bit smaller, and I just thought I think it would just be better creamed anyway. So we creamed all that. Yeah, we've already had some of it, and it was really good. But did you tell them sweet corn? Ours was sweet.
Man, fine sweet.
No sugar added. It was perfect, just the way it was. It was really good. I have to say that soup tonight was really good.
It was good. Not on top of harvesting, and like I said, busy. We just come off our trip, so that makes it very tough too. And then we had to pull honey, guys. And I was thinking, we're not going to have a lot of honey this year. We have some younger hives.
I didn't think we would either.
It was just like, I just don't know if it's going to be good. I just really don't know if it's going to be good. Oh my gosh.
We ended up with 17.5 gallons.
17.5 gallons, and we still probably have another 5 to 7 to pull.
Well, and that's not including the honeycomb.
Oh, yeah.
Ellie,
we probably got 20 gallons this time because the honeycomb. I forgot.
Up there, baby. This
is foundationless honey.
Yeah, y'all please don't drop it.
Hey, Diana, how are you? It was a blast, Grammy Carol.
I have already sold way more than this. This is just what I just don't have trays for. But this is the foundationless honey that we cut off. And as soon as I get my trays for this, I'm going to sell all that too. But it does really, really well in our area. Ridge Life said we've passed 2,400. I didn't really realize that. Have we passed 2,400?
Yeah, we have.
They were hoping to this week.
Yeah, they did too.
But, I thought I just saw another question. harvested our second crop this evening of turnips. Our turnips have been played out for a while.
Yeah, see, our turnip season ends in January.
Yeah,
and we have
pretty
turnips. We have tons of turnips now. Well, we don't do turnips as much as we do mustard and collard greens.
No, I don't everywhere.
But yeah, it's funny because when a lot of y'all are growing like broccolis and turnip greens and all that, we're like growing tomatoes and cucumbers.
It's too hot here for that. Illinois.
Yeah, I know. I saw
honey
is the comb. Yes, in the comb is the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love it. I actually like it too.
This is very, very popular in our area. I'm not crazy about it because it sticks to my teeth and I don't like that. But it is very popular in our area. Actually, the guy who come and picked up today was like, I'm so glad to know that y'all have honeycomb because I have to buy it off Amazon for my daughter. He was buying
organic honey off Amazon.
Yeah, so he was like, I'm so glad to know that y'all have it, but she is going to love this. So it tickles me to know that we, have people in our area that really, really like it.
And we have two sorts of it. So we do the spring, and then we also put foundationless in the fall too. So like we'll put it so you have a dark and light, and we kind of mix them and mix match them. They really are awesome. So, hey, Miss Vicki, how are you doing? We actually do not ship our honey. I wish we could, but we do not ship it.
The shipping is so expensive.
Yeah, and we're worried with the quality of our honey. It's so good. We have a high glucose radius on our honey. I'm scared it was sugar by the time it got to you just because of what it is.
How am I feeling?
Like crap.
You want me to be honest with you? I've not had a good day today. I've been really nauseated all day. I've tried to make the best of it. The kids wanted to go out and swim this afternoon, so I took my corn shucking out, but I have felt like I was going to throw up all day. I don't know if that's very polite to say, but I've been really nauseated. I'm hoping that this will pass soon.
Hey, our Kevin in the Woods. I'm sorry I missed you a while ago.
I have entered into my 12th week, so I'm hoping within the next 4 weeks I'll start feeling a little bit better because it's hard for me to, like, I wanted to go out and do so much today, but it's so hard for me to just move as fast as I normally would when I feel nauseated. So thank you for showering me with corn.
I showered you with corn juice. You know what? And see, this time of year is so busy for us because if y'all saw, was it yesterday's video? We were up, with the animals, with the bigger bulls and bigger calves. And so we did a lot with them. We have honey this time of year. We have our gardens producing like crazy. But then you have your normal chores too. So that's added to it. Rich Life, thanks, man, so much.
Thank you.
But we have so much going on this time of year. Like, for instance, we need to replant some of our moringa and some of our stuff. It's just it's hard to get to it. We were watering the greenhouse last night like at 9:30.
Basil that needs to be, when he says replant, he means transplant into bigger pots because they've outgrown their pots, so they're getting root bound, and it's so hot they really need to be transplanted to be so that they can grow to thrive. And there's just not enough time. Like you were actually watering the greenhouse for me at 9 last night. Yeah,
we were slinging honey 2 nights ago. That video will come out probably tomorrow, but we were slinging honey until 11:15 the other night
before. Yeah, and then watering the greenhouse at 9 last night.
Yeah,
and it's just and it's 8:15 our time. Not sure what time it is on y'all's. There's no yawning. There's no yawning. No.
I'm grateful for our harvest. I told Misty sometimes I have to catch myself because I don't want to complain about how great, how blessed we are with the harvest that we've had. It's just been crazy, crazy, crazy good this year. And our tomatoes are starting to come in, so we're going to really put our focus on them. But I call myself sometimes just restless and worn out, tired.
When the video that y'all saw where he was like, I'm not really feeling that well today, neither one of us were sick. Mine is all pregnancy related. But I think that because we were trying to prepare for our trip, and if y'all saw that video, y'all saw how much work we had to do to get ready to go.
That's just such a portion too. We don't show you everything because it's really ridiculous.
And so preparing and then working a full-time job and then coming home and working until literally you lay down in bed. I think it was just exhaustion, not for me. Mine's, like I said, mine's just pregnancy related. But I think Colby was just completely exhausted.
And I still am a little bit. I only get like the last 3 nights really. It's just been crazy. We've probably we went to bed like at 11:30 or 12. Well, I get up and milk at 4:15, 4:30. One morning I slept at 5. Don't tell the cows. Yeah. But like Missy said, sometimes.
Set your alarm.
No, I said it. I think I turned it off. You just didn't hear it because you were so half asleep. That was rude. But it's amazing how these must have been some of the bad ones.
They were, well, I picked yesterday. You have to finish your story.
Well, I don't even know what my story was.
Not sleeping.
So I'm exhausted. I mean, but this time of year, I try not to get upset about that because that usually means there's a lot of good things happening. One good thing is all my calves were born prior to all this because everybody has a spring calf. I don't need a spring calf. I need a fall calf because I'm so busy this time of year. See, what's so funny is now we're just to get ready to plant our normal late summer fall garden because we will roll into late summer. So we'll plant a little bit more corn. We'll plant more peas, a second set of peas and limas just for the second harvest. So where y'all are going into first harvest, some of you up north, we're going into our second harvest for summer, which is crazy. How were the limas? Love cream limas and new potatoes. We love lima beans. We grow a Henderson bush bean. They're basically a lima and a butter bean that's kind of mixed. I don't know if I'd call them a hybrid, but they put off a very heavy lima bean and a heavy butter bean. This depends on kind of the pod. So I guess it would be a lima. I mean a hybrid, but they're phenomenal. And to me, I can't even eat lima beans from a store anymore.
Yeah, they're not. They're just not the same.
They're not the same.
Anyway,
but they were the bomb, Roberta.
Thank you, Ridge Life. That really means a lot to us. It's also. Oh, how about getting your farm sitter to come over and help? That would be awesome to have extra hands, but that costs money. I think we're both pretty frugal, so we would rather just tough it out and do the work ourselves. We're
workaholics. If you haven't noticed, we are pretty much workaholics all the time. I know that might be a bad thing, but we constantly are doing something, and we believe that we can always do more. So, like Missy said,
he believes we can always do more. He was talking about some kind of surprise today, and I said, "Please don't bring no animal home." I think I'm maxed out. I think when this baby when this baby comes on board, I'm gonna be like, my boat might actually sink.
You know what's crazy is, and on top of that, if y'all remember the thank you, Fancy Farmer.
I saw something else. Oh, you were talking about the corn. Some of this is beautiful, and some of it is
not as beautiful.
Yeah, some of it has some bugs and stuff in it, like this right here. I'm gonna show y'all this piece. So he was talking about this. This is what Colby was referring to a while ago before we got sidetracked. See, some of it is beautiful and some of it's not so beautiful.
What's up, Walker Farm fam?
I picked yesterday, and I had it. I told y'all I had it. It's been piled up everywhere. And when you talk about
our house looks like
300 to 400 pieces of corn, you've got corn everywhere. So I didn't get to finish it yesterday. And it's been sitting in like we're digging it out of a cooler, and it's been outside because it has bugs and stuff in it, and it's extremely hot and humid here, and corn itself already has moisture to it. So my goal today.
Second rule, I agree.
My goal today was I don't care how long
we're shucking.
How bad I feel, I want to lay down and just sleep. I can't. Like, I have to get the corn done or it's gonna ruin. So that's what he was talking about. Some of it being on the bottom was in this cooler. So we're getting down finally to the nitty gritty of the last few pieces. So that's what he was referring to.
More protein. We get tons of protein. Actually, I take a organic protein supplement every morning when I run, and that does help go throughout the day. And a cup of coffee, that helps too.
I don't drink coffee, so I have to go off of my own bodily functions. Is that even a
I don't know.
real word?
I don't know if that would be a good word to say. So how's y'all's gardens doing? I mean, you hear about ours.
My corn don't look like that.
What's so crazy is we with our honey harvest, we had wax laying everywhere today too. So Misty's been working with wax, trying to get it cleaned and get all that too.
Of wax to clean. And I don't know if there's very many beekeepers in here, but if there is, cleaning wax
No fun.
is not fun.
But we do it.
I really, really, really need an outside setup for that because it is it's very messy. And when you get wax on something, it doesn't come up very easy. So it can get pretty messy.
My head's like in the camera the whole time.
Not easy. Well, I hate removing the whole time, but it's
I'm sorry.
I've got to get this.
I'm sorry.
So anyway, it just gets really messy. It's really hard to clean up. I have to literally use boiling water to get it off. Of anything it gets on, you have to use boiling water to clean it up with. So it's not the funnest thing, but I use our beeswax in. You've called it baby booty cream. Our diaper rash cream. I use it in our homemade sunscreen, our chapsticks.
You know what Star Prep's there?
I know several things that I'm not thinking of right now. We use it to bait other hives. There's so much that I use our beeswax for, so I hate not to do it, especially when it's free and it's a great product. It's a byproduct of our bees. So
Sean, Alaska. We're in a pine thicket too, so I understand that. Yeah, so like for instance, Misty, what she was talking about with the wax, we have a no waste policy on our farm. And when I say that, we're legit no wasters. So from corn, if y'all saw in the video, corn go to us, the ugly corn go to the animals, the shucks, the stalks either go to a chop and drop or to the animals too, and they go to every animal on the farm.
The cows love the husk, the pigs love everything. All of it. So
chickens too.
We've been walking buckets down as we've been filling them up, giving them to the pigs. And I meant to tell Aiden earlier, don't feed the pigs anything, but I was a little too late.
And also,
so they've had
too much.
They've had way too much.
Bacon's today. Relaxing over there.
He is relaxing.
Hey, you know what's even cooler too? Talking about bees. You know, we harvest the honey off of it, then we harvest the comb off of the pieces that we can use. Then we cut the wax off and use it. And then what we don't get out of the wax, the honey, and the comb, we turn around and we put back outside with the bees. And like today, there was like 1 million bees over all our apiary feeding off the what was the residual, what was left. So it's just awesome to make sure that we're not having any waste. Our peas are coming to an end. The first set of peas, and we will literally chop and drop them, put them right back into the soil to help build up the nitrogen, and then we'll turn around. Amy, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You sure don't have to do that.
Kind, all of y'all.
But we literally use all of it, all the leaves, and they go back to compost underneath the silage tarp. So you will see our garden for our second time rotate. You'll see where our garden is now will then be silage tarp, and then we'll move it over and to the next set of the 5,000 square foot garden. So it's amazing how we try to be as progressionary as possible, but as regenerative as possible.
Hey, would you like dessert?
That's a worm. I'm not going to eat that. Walker Farm Family's on here. You can eat another worm.
Y'all get Colby to eat this worm.
No. I'm sorry. What's up, Chris? How are you, man? Hey, J3 Machine Engineering.
What I think the coolest thing is about our no waste here is like when we butchered our chickens, we used everything from the feathers to the blood. We put the feathers in our compost.
The guts, organs, everything.
We put the feathers in our compost. We used the blood in the garden, diluted it down, and poured it over strawberries, tomatoes that was over there. There's some herbs that were over there. So that was the feathers and the blood. Then we used the guts for the pigs, which they love. Most people took the feet home for bone broth. All the innards, of course, went to the pigs and stuff, except for what the people wanted to take. And then, of course, we kept the bird. The heads and all went to the
Pigs.
pigs. And
They
they
become
ate it
bacon.
all.
Give me a few more pieces, please.
I think it's amazing
Hey, 4Kids and
that
Farm.
you can use the whole bird and it's no waste. I think that's the coolest thing about butchering the chickens.
But isn't it neat? Me and Misty were talking about this the other day. It's amazing that life comes from the death of something else. But the death that we're having is now making life for something else. Isn't that so cool when you think about that? That's regenerative in so many different fashions. And I guess for somebody that's slow and from Mississippi like I am, that kind of blows my mind. That something has to die for you to eat it. But at the same time, as we eat it, we're giving new life to the ground because ultimately a seed, basically a broccoli or a lettuce, it has to die to make new seed for the next year. That's crazy. I mean, that's just an awesome thing to think about.
And I think it's a beautiful picture of what Christ did for us as Christians, is he had to die for us to live.
But
so
at the
I
same
think
time,
it's a beautiful representation.
Like our chickens, we're putting our chickens back into the ground. Things that we're not eating is going straight into the ground. So ultimately, that's now providing for the next season. And it's amazing how everything has to die to provide
and
it.
Fried what? What did that say? Hearts, gizzards, and fried what is the comment of?
I don't know.
My mom that's on
Hearts,
here.
gizzards, and fried noodles.
I guess you eat it with
Oh my
noodles.
gosh, I'm gonna let you keep that. I'm not an organ eater. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I should be, but I'm not.
My mom that's on here, we saved her some livers. She really liked those. We had several people take hearts and stuff home.
We grew some Fancy Farm. We grew some of the Pratt corn from last year, and it did okay. It didn't germinate well, and I think a lot of times because our corn around here is so not imagine everybody's corn, but it's hard to have a heirloom corn, and so when you get a hybrid corn, it's almost hard to get it to come up in a good way. So we have a good provider of corn around here. So I don't know if we're going to try save seed. We may try since we have so much of it this year. It wouldn't hurt, but get something to try for sure. I don't like chicken livers and gizzards. It's not that. Once you clean a few gizzards, you realize how you really don't like them.
Livers and hearts and stuff like that. I just don't know that I would have to really, really be hungry. How do you freeze your corn? Do you vacuum seal? No. What I typically do is I will dropping it. I will just get me a big like my big cannon pot and heat me up some water and blanch them, drop them in the boiling water for just a few minutes and get them out. Let them cool and just put them in a Ziploc, a freezer bag, in other words. Some of this I'm going to leave in the husk for the grill. I've creamed a lot of it already. You can
freeze and husk too. You can definitely freeze and husk.
Yeah, you can. I just choose not to because when I'm ready to cook, the last thing I want to be trying to do is shuck corn. I usually want to get it out and roll with it because I have somebody that's starving to death. So I like to go ahead and do as much of the work ahead of time as I can. But I will leave some like this for the grill. And actually we're narrowing down.
We probably need to stop that. Yeah.
The rest can because I have literally.
We're gonna try to freeze. Won't we cut at least the tops and bottoms off and leave the side husk on? Okay. And that way we're getting all the damage off. So anyways, we have it's been a great haul. 4Kids and Farm. It's been awesome. Hey, Rehab Life, what's up? I'm just not a gift person. Messy. I can break mine off. Let's see. What am I missing? We like venison, but I don't like venison heart. I mean, I'll eat anything. Please understand that, but if I don't have to, I really not. How many freezers? We have 4, and we need more.
We do.
We have 4 and need more. Homestead engraving business in life.
I'm gonna have to put all of this up. I'm gonna have to do some major rearranging.
It was.
I don't know if I'm gonna like this.
All right, well then we'll just leave it like
Because
that.
I'm like messing it all up.
That's what I was saying. Leave it like that.
No, but I'm like messing it up.
Okay, well we can just leave it like that. I've at least got the top off. What do you think? Or you think it'd be fine?
I can. I can't do it on the table
Here,
though
hand me
because I'm
that.
shaking it.
I'll do it.
Good luck finding freezers.
I
I know. We've had the hardest time.
We actually found one at Walmart today, of all places.
With the husk on it. It's not gonna tear. We had a really good time on our trip.
We did.
It's always a long drive from here, but we really enjoyed it.
Squirting corn!
With corn leaves.
So, what do you want to do? Just leave it?
Yeah, I will just leave it.
Okay.
Let's see something about blanching. Do you freeze more than you can? I don't have a pressure canner.
We're not canners. We need to get into it.
I would like to.
We hot water bath.
A hot water bath, the things that I've done, but I don't pressure can. I had someone come to my house one time to teach me how to do it. And in my stage of life, I have such little kids. I've always had little kids for year after year after year. And I really feel like that I need to be able to stand in there with it without distractions. If y'all pressure canners know what I'm talking about. And I can't, like, I always have distractions, whether the baby's taking his diaper off and he's using the bathroom on the floor, or he's gotten in the flour, or he's playing in the toilet, or just, it's always something. Something gets broken, or it's just, I have too many distractions. So to be able to kind of baby my pressure canner just to make sure everything stays where it's supposed to be, I don't feel like I can do that right now. So after she kind of showed me everything, I just said, I'm going to have to wait till my babies get old enough. And then now I'm back in the baby boat. So it might be a while. Colby really wants a pressure canner, and I hate to bust this bubble, but for Father's Day, I was looking at getting him an all-American pressure canner, but they're all sold out.
Yeah, they're sold out.
So he's not getting a pressure canner. Very expensive, but I really like the company. I've heard lots of great things about how heavy duty they are, how the seals and gaskets and all kinds of replacement parts are all packaged in. So we've heard great things about it. And I went on there the other day to kind of price out the different sizes, and all of them were sold out except for like the smallest ones. And I didn't want a small one. I just thought it's not going to be worth it.
Yeah, so we're gonna actually go look at more freezers and refrigerators really for our meal. Let's see.
I have the 925 and it's awesome.
Yeah, we had a great time too.
Still in the box.
We had a great time. Chris, single dad homesteading, he was making a comment too. We met with him for a whole afternoon, spent time with him. The kids got to play in the creek, so we had a great time. 4 kids in a farm.
The girls had so much fun playing with his daughter, Elin. When they left that night, they were going, that was so much fun. That was the best day ever. So they really had
4 kids in a farm. We do not freeze the innards because again, we don't have the freezer space, and it's just not worth it to us. We'd rather feed on.
We have so many pigs.
Yeah, we have 7 big pigs and 2 little pigs, and 3 of those pigs are pregnant. So for us, 35 innards is not a lot.
It's not a lot for them. I mean, they can eat it literally
in an afternoon,
just like that.
And that basically takes a feeding or 2 out. Let's see.
I'm gonna put the rest of this, the big ones, all in the freezer.
It takes us about 8 hours, Sam, to get to the mountains to our home up there. 9 hours, yeah. Well, if we could drive straight, it'd be about 8 hours. It's 585 miles from driveway to driveway.
All right, I saw, Grammy Karen said, will you contemplate having a membership on your channel?
We've thought about
it, but Colby is kind of.
Yeah, we, I don't know. We'll talk about that. The membership for us probably will not happen on the YouTube platform as much. It may happen like on our own personal web page, I guess. And what we would do if we did a membership, it would be probably a benefit package such as not talking to us because to be honest with you, we're nothing special. But it'd be something like we'd be giving some of our seeds away, and some
We
of
have
our
things
goods.
like skin salves and
Yeah.
like.
Oh my gosh! Thank you, Jason.
Thank you so much.
You sure didn't have to do that,
I
Jason
had to
M.
look at that several times.
It's like, let me see. I need
Oh
more
my
coffee. I
gosh.
need more coffee. Thank you, Jason M. Very, very nice. But yes, we've talked about the membership. The only thing about membership for us is the YouTube platform. I'm not saying we won't do it, but we probably would try to find a way to make it more exclusive to a web page format to where we have an active blog on there and that we're giving stuff away pretty quickly and it'd be on a monthly newsletter kind of basis. So that's kind of what we're thinking.
Even when the things like the skin salves, that would be something that we have considered.
That's right, single dad.
Several things that I make would be like what Colby talked about in the benefit packages. So Grammy Karen said I would subscribe.
Thank you, Grammy Karen.
Yeah, like the bath salts would be something. The sugar scrub could be something. If it's not for a dude, it can be for dude's wife. It might make her really happy. So, or daughter or friend or whatever. Sam. So yeah, it would definitely be something. T-shirts.
Yeah. And so we're going to have kind of a local synopsis and then kind of a shipping synopsis.
Recipes. I mean, there are several things that we want to make it. I feel like we kind of would want to make it more. It would be beneficial for our consumers. It would be.
We've really tried to work on a benefit package for that. We're going to look at doing a food club here and doing some food shares. So that's going to be the local aspect of it. And then we're going to have a shipping aspect that's going to really touch on what can we as individuals benefit from each other. And to me, that's almost like a bartering thing. And so if we're looking at membership, then we're looking at like Missy said, some of the things that we make around the farm, we can somehow get that to you. I think it's only going to benefit us all because then we learn how to utilize what we've got a lot better.
Kim, I have not made goat milk soap is really common to do. Stivers do that, goat milk soap. I make soap and make it all the time, but I have never made, and that would be something else. Soap would be one of those things that would be in our that.
We don't make anything with our cow's milk, as in.
That kind of I have done butter, yogurts, sour cream. I've even tried my hand at cream cheese recipe that I come across off of. I looked up Prairie. What's her name? Jill. But what's
Jill
her?
Winger.
What's her? Prairie
Homestead. Yeah.
I dabbed in hers, but I don't like buying something. I don't like making something that I have to like cheese and all of that. It's really good, but I have to buy something. I have to depend on something else to add to it to make something. So I've not been doing that. I tried my hand at I believe it was, I basically took yogurt and put it in a blender and mixed it up until it turned into gelatinous. I think that's the way I did it. And it was all right. I made a dip with it. Yeah. But we don't eat cream cheese a whole lot, but I have done it before. And then we drink over a gallon.
Usually we drink a gallon and a half a day. Any
leftovers we have, which is very, very little, but if we have skim milk from butter, I make a buttload of butter. But our girls
give, y'all say buttload?
Our girls give a lot of cream. So in our 3-gallon jug, like this much of the top is all cream. Oh gosh, it's probably more than that now. So I skim all of that off, and like every 2 days, I'm making probably a pound or more of butter.
It's nice, Chris. Thank you.
What?
Like you're way behind. Your milk story is going like past like 50.
Anyway, I've never made soap with milk. The recipe that I've used for years and years and years. Soap can be kind of finicky. It's a temperature thing. Like I have used honey in my soap before, but it messes with the temperature. So I quit using it. Even though I really liked having honey in my
What's up,
soap,
little
I
Mount
was
Wife?
always extremely stressed out about it sitting right. So I have not. I have
Okay.
not.
4 Kids at a
Looking
Farm.
at me like that.
You can have a membership. It is dealing with hours. So I know Walker Farm Fam. I know that Single Dad. A lot of people have memberships that you can get. We can also do a membership. We just have not yet. Hey, TNS Dog Dragonflies Farm. Let's see.
Ian loved your fresh milk. She does not like milk. Kim said, "I love your soap." Look, I have to be a little partial. I love my soap too.
I do
wouldn't
too.
go back to store bought.
We would struggle.
I don't have to use any type of moisturizer anymore. This winter, I did get kind of lizardy. Is that a word?
Lizardy.
I have extremely, extremely, extremely dry skin. So when I use my soap, I don't have to moisturize anymore. And when I do, it's only in the dead of winter.
Yes, Rehab Life. I'm very obsessive compulsive, and I said the same thing. Why is Misty sitting on this side and I'm on this side?
Why does it matter?
Because it matters. I always sit on that side. I'm the same way. Rehab Life even made the comment. Why did we switch places? It bothers me. I agree. Actually, when we sat here, I was like, "What is she doing? She's in my seat." We're such typical Baptist. I'm a typical Baptist.
Don't
Buttload.
stay on my seat.
Buttload is a Southern term.
Buttload is a Southern term. Who said that? I'm missing some of the comments.
I know, because you just kept going on about the soap.
Hey, you better watch it.
Fancy Farmer, is there any concern with
Lizardy.
nursing and raw milk? I don't know about the rules. Is there any time you shouldn't drink raw milk? There's so much out there that raw milk, raw honey, all of it's terrible for you. It's no good for you.
It depends on the handler.
Bull. That's what it comes
If
down to.
you have somebody that is not clean, that does not clean their cows good, I wouldn't drink their raw milk.
I wouldn't drink a lot of other people's raw milk. I'll be honest with you.
I would have to know the person and know how clean they are before I go gulp their milk.
True.
Because if that cow has been laying in cow poop all day and then you go out there and just start milking and then you drink it, you're probably going to have diarrhea.
Diarrhea.
So, I mean, really, I don't know where you saw that comment at, but
way up there.
I would have to know who's handling my milk before I drank it.
Yeah, we
honey. Just don't give it to a baby, an infant under 12 months, because they say it can have botulism spores in it. Is it spores? No. It's something that can have in it to where if an infant under 12, because their immunity is down, they have not built up a lot of immunity, that it can affect them, but
Kathy,
anybody else.
Miss Kathy, her terminology, diarrhea, buttload. What's next? What's next?
I make up all
wazoo.
I thought we established wazoo was a word.
I know it is.
T90 is not a word. But if I say T90, can y'all raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about?
There was a few Northerners that watched us that we ran into at the Slip Flop Barnyard. That was her favorite word. Her kids say it all the time
Please
now.
make a shirt that says T90.
Don't go. You can buy our soap. You can reach out to our the Max Happy Homestead at gmail.com or us on the.
But it will be a little while.
Oh yeah, we're backed up a little bit.
I'm still waiting. I'm waiting on my next batches to cure out. So probably in the next 3 weeks they should be ready.
Yeah. So reach out to us if you do want soap. We do.
Kathy said from North Star Pet Center. T90.
No, it's like TEEIN. It's like tiny. It's
tiny.
But my wife says T90.
I was talking about something outside, and I was talking about it being extremely small, and I said T90.
But instead of being tiny or just extremely small, it's T90. That's like extra tiny, I guess. Let's see. We're trying to catch up on comments ourselves. So yes, T90. That's the right, Miss Kathy. That's the way we spell it too.
It's very original.
Yeah, she'll need an extra small shirt for sure.
What? No, I won't. Have you seen how much weight I put on?
Oh my gosh, you're now a zero instead of a 00.
3 months into this pregnancy. Number 6.
Stacy says she uses that word too. So I'm proud of that. That's just Southern folks. That's what it is, huh? Let's see. We just giggle every
See,
time you say manure.
A mashed,
Say
a
manure.
mixed up
Say manure.
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 A mixed up
Manure.
word of teeny and tiny makes teeniny.
True, I guess. How do you say manure? Manure. Manure. It's always been
Cow
manure.
manure.
Cow manure. Let's see. Reach review. Let's talk about how. Yes, people make comments about milk all the time. Raw milk is like it's amazing to me how it's almost like a drug. I mean, it just blows my mind.
Our state definitely treats it like it's an illegal drug.
Yeah, for some reason,
Manure.
We just say manure. Manure.
But
So anyways,
it's definitely. Look, and I was
we
even
love raw milk.
discussing this with somebody that was coming to pick up their honeycomb yesterday, and she was saying we got in the discussion of raw milk and all that. And she was talking about there's some local places around here that sell it from their little dairy farms, but of course it's all pasteurized and stuff like that. So she was talking about pasteurization process and all of that, and she was saying that her husband is lactose intolerant, and I was explaining to her that the milk coming out of the cow is lactate. Okay, so when somebody says I'm lactose, it's because they've taken the milk, it's gone through the homogenized and pasteurized process, and it changes the chemical makeup of the milk from lactase to lactose. And there's so many people that can't digest that, so then they say I'm lactose intolerant, I can't drink milk. It's not that you probably can't drink, like for her example, she said that her husband can drink raw milk, but can't drink store-bought milk, and that's why. So most people, it's amazing that people live in modern times without processed food. That's right. So, like for her husband is an example of that. A lot of people just don't have access to raw milk to say, I can drink milk, I just can't drink store-bought milk. I can drink real milk. Lactose is the milk sugar, isn't it? Yes, I think so. But it's the way that it changes that property and even the homogenized process. Like our milk, we have to shake up because it's got the cream on the top. Well, store-bought milk, obviously, does not. And what they do in that homogenized process is they take the milk and they put it under so much pressure that the fat molecules just explode. That can't be good for you. So homogenized and pasteurized milk is so much different than raw milk. Now, why they have made it such a big deal, I feel like, is because it's money, but it's also co-ops. Years and years and years ago, they wanted to produce more for more consumers, so they put cows in a very unhealthy environment. And they basically put them on slabs, put food buckets in front of them, and just milk the heck out of them. So, and that's what they lived on. They stood on concrete, ate grain all day, and just got milked. And in the process of that, you started getting sick cows. Well, when you get sick cows, you're not going to get good quality milk either. And if you don't have people handling it right, then it's going to make people sick too. So all around, I think that played a huge part in it, and that's kind of when the pasteurization of milk really kind of kicked off, was during that era when people wanted to get away from the farming and go to more industrial business. And so the farmers were having to milk more cows to ship their milk out, and they just weren't sanitary
Hey,
with
Susan
it.
Bass.
So that's kind of how that all processed. That's kind of how all that played out.
Well, they were feeding beer mash too in Chicago. That's kind of where it started. That's where Louis Pasteur started making pasteurization, was based on the fact that they were feeding beer mash, basically the barley and what was left out of the wheat and barley that was coming out. So,
but it was not. But they were all on concrete too.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just not healthy.
Bad
it was not a
conditions.
Good sanitary environment. But it was because they were trying to produce mass qualities of mass milk for all the people that were not farming anymore because they were going to industrial jobs.
But if you ever go to, and I don't mean this mean to anybody, but if you ever go to any bigger dairy farm, any bigger chicken house, any stockyard, and you see the way that quantitative um, food is produced, most of the time it's not healthy living conditions. And so when you can grow it on your farm, I don't see how it has less healthy. I mean, the way we butcher chickens is going to be a lot cleaner than the way they do it at the big, multi-billion-dollar chicken industry. So it's just, I don't let that stuff bother me too much. Yeah, you can't hardly find raw milk here either, but we just,
Yeah.
we decided to get the milk cow. And don't get me wrong, that's a lot to it. Saw 4 kids in a farm. They milked this weekend. If you get a milk cow, I mean, it's a great benefit to your homestead. However, it's a great liability too, because your going is not going to be going too
Yeah,
much.
somebody mentioned our farm sitter earlier, and that's what we had to do. We had to come get someone to come milk our cow every morning while we were gone. I mean, it's not that hard.
Quit yawning.
Oh, sorry.
I
It's
was
not that
yawning.
hard to
I know.
come to get somebody to come feed your chickens or feed your pigs or fill up the waters or check on your sheep, make sure they have water. That's really not the big deal. But when you tell somebody you have to lug a cart out to the barn every morning at 5 and 6 o'clock and get the cows in and get them all cleaned off, get them all hooked up, and come in and process all the milk. Then you've got the milk machine to clean. You've got all your buckets and stuff to clean. So I mean, that's a job.
Rehab life, we agree fully. The thing that we do, we respect our government because it is our government. We believe that God sets things up. We're biblically based Judeo-Christians. Now, that being said, I think that a lot of times law will set up, like in the milk situation with raw milk. A lot of states were set up with no raw milk. Is because a lot of times with that lobbying that came along with some of the bigger industries, you can't have that. Now, what's been good from this COVID virus is our agriculture commission has kind of opened it back up to where you can buy beef from the person down the road from you and not
you can buy off the farm.
You can buy off the farm a lot easier than you could just 4 or 5 months ago. But it took something like this where people kind of got a little freaked out to say, you know what, we may need to buy a steer.
Look, I'm gonna tell y'all, we learned some awesome things from Joel Salatin. Oh, I meant to tell you this the other day. So real quick, I gotta tell y'all this. So me and Harley was out picking blueberries the other day, and she was telling me all about how she wanted to grow up. She wanted to be a farmer. She wanted to be a chef.
Yeah,
She was saying that she wanted to be a farmer. She was telling me about all the animals that she wanted to have, and then she said, "But I'm also going to have a store where I bake everything." Because that's part of the shelf stuff that she was telling me about. And she said, "And people can come to my store and they can buy all of my stuff." Then I also want to have a haircutting. Well, I mean, she was telling me about all these shopping places that she wanted to have on her farm. And she said, so it's going to be like Joel Salatin's, but even better. And I just fell out laughing.
She came to me and she said, Daddy, I hate to tell you this. I think I'm going to have a few goats too, just to have for pets.
She was telling me, y'all, it was the cutest thing ever. But when she said, it's going to be just like Joel Salatin's, but it's going to be even better, I just fell out laughing. I'm like, does anybody else's 8-year-old even know who Joel is?
What?
So anyway, what was I saying? Oh, we learned a few things from him. If we have a family that wants some raw milk from us, and the messages say, "Hey, can we come get some raw milk from you?" We don't sell our milk, so we can charge parking fees, and they get their free milk. We can do
food clubs.
We can do food. You can do food clubs, yes, and free milk is part of that. What were some of the other things? You can buy feed bags for our farm for our animals, and in exchange for raw milk. So it is legal to sell for animal consumption, but whatever they do with that milk when they get it home is their own business. I don't care if they feed it to their kitty cat or feed it to whatever else. So that's kind of their own business. Whatever they do when they're off my property. They know it's raw milk, and we milk them, and whatever they do, it's just how they do it.
Fancy
But
Farmer, I'd say do a search on Facebook, because if you're in the DC area, you'd be surprised how many people may want to have that like-minded talking. Because you're in an area that their politics are rampant, so good luck with that. But I'd probably look it up for sure. Because even in our area,
I
we
have
don't have a
never
lot of
had
people
raw
like-minded.
milk. What is the difference in the taste? It's a little bit creamier.
It's going to be creamier and a little bit sweeter. Usually it's going to have a little bit more sweetness, especially if you leave your cream in there. We're grass-fed, so even our feed is grass-based. So it's made our buttercream really, really sweeter tasting to me.
And even if you say the DC area, I mean, we were up there in Virginia at the Homesteaders of America, which is not very far away. It's in what actual town?
It's at the Warren County Fairgrounds, which are in Front Royal. So we were about an hour away from DC.
That's right. So not very far.
Fancy Farmer, all that area. I mean, geez, Joel Salatin's only 2 hours from you.
Little Mountain Life
is up there.
Which I'm not sure.
Amy Fuel Homestead's up there. Goodness, let's see. So there's a lot of people in that.
Maybe not in the metro area.
Daniel Rizza's from Maryland.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot
so he's not too far from you too.
So they're all in that area. I wouldn't say in the DC area, but maybe within an hour or two. So that's
you'd be surprised how many people are probably in DC or in the surrounding areas. The coolest homestead you'll ever go to is Mount Vernon in DC. It teaches
Don't
you
use
truly
the S word, Kim. Free.
Mount Vernon is the coolest homestead I've ever seen. You know, to see George Washington, how he did it years ago, how he actually started compost when nobody even knew what compost was.
Hands down, most impressive.
1790. You know, so it blows my mind how he did that, and to me, that's a place I learned a ton.
Yeah.
Just by going there.
That was, if y'all have never had the opportunity to go to Mount Vernon to George Washington's homestead, man, it is still, it's absolutely amazing. Now, we did not get to go in the house, and I was so
crazy line.
bummed about that. But if y'all know the walk from basically the front of his yard all the way up to the house, it's a pretty good span. There was a line past the front yard, like all the way up through the front yard and down. And we were headed home that day.
We have a video on our Mount Vernon trip.
Yeah, we do. We were headed home that day, so we couldn't stand there in line for hours. Oh, sorry, I'm really tired. We couldn't stand there for hours and wait, but I would have loved to go in that house. It was not only just the being there was so cool, and just knowing that this was George Washington's house.
Fancy Farmer,
surreal.
If we come back up there, we're going to definitely hit you up, because that would be cool to do some White House tours.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
That would be awesome. We actually talked about going up there. Again, it deals with farm sitters, but we talked about me and Misty going by ourselves this time, or next time, because
I wouldn't take my kids to Washington anytime soon.
Not anytime soon, but the kids like the museums, but not nearly as much as what we would like.
Yeah, and see, we only got to go to one because, again,
we went to two.
What did we go to?
Yeah, we actually went to three. We went to the science, the arts, and the bigger museum on history. Remember the one that was like crazy stacks? She's losing it. She's losing it.
It's past my bedtime. My brain is about to be
Linda Jacobs, thank you so very much. I agree. I think that house is absolutely beautiful. What I like more than the house, though, about Mount Vernon is the land. Like, just, it's amazing how he made all those paths, and he did all this rotational and this gardens and this kitchen garden and this cottage garden and all this stuff.
The kitchen garden was the coolest.
I mean, all that stuff is so cool, because he was doing all that stuff before. I mean, he did it for life and sustainability, where we're trying to go back to that, and he was doing it. You know, it's awesome.
The American
History Museum. We did that one. That's the one we did.
We really, really enjoyed that trip. The kitchen.
Sam, if you ever want to be a farm sitter and an animal sitter, man, hit me up. We will give you that experience. We're always looking for farm sitters.
Yeah, we see. I mean, we have to be able to leave. We have to have
Milking. You want to learn how to milk?
Yes, we have to have milk. We have to have somebody to tend the animals, feed and water them, make sure everybody stays in their net. We had very good animals this time when we were gone. Nobody escaped. My mother-in-law helped us. I had chicks hatching. Out of all things, the day we left, my chicks from the incubator started hatching.
We had 4 incubators.
20. I had 21 hatching. So I had my mother-in-law in and out of my house checking on that. I had my mom watering the greenhouse and kind of walking through the garden and making sure that hornworms weren't tearing everything to pieces. So I mean, we had people just doing all the jobs that we normally do on a daily basis. So
I agree, J3 Machine and Engineering. His outside kitchen, all that area, kind of by the smokehouse too, and where his little like some of the farmhouses there just were so pretty.
It was really cool. It was really, really cool.
Thank you, Miss Kathy.
The meat house, too. The horse stable, the compost bin, I mean, it was set up just perfect. It was so cool.
Rehab Life, we actually did milk by hand for about the first 8 months of us.
I don't think it was that
milking.
long.
Was it not?
I think
6 months. I don't know. We milked for a while. The problem we had with hand milking was it's hard to find a milker to come in and milk your cows anyway, and we were just milking one at a time. It's not easier finding a person to milk by pump, but it makes it where they don't have to hand milk for 40 minutes.
Well, several things. One, it takes like 30 to 45 minutes
to hand milk our cows.
And so that means they're eating more feed.
Our pump's 5 minutes,
At the most.
And so we're milking 2 right now. So
and when you're milking, when you factor in milking 2, I mean, what you would pay in feed for 6 months, you could just buy a machine for.
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong. The overhaul of it all, if you just go out there with a bucket and sit down and just start milking 1 in 45 minutes max, you'll be done. And with a machine, you have to get it out there. We do not leave ours out there. We have a machine on a cart that we have to roll out.
We bring it back and forth.
Right, because we keep it in the garage where the environment's controlled. The environment is controlled, and it's clean in the garage, or cleaner in the garage. So we take it out there, we bring it back. You have to process your milk. We just strain it. When we say process, we just mean we have a little mesh strainer.
We just pour it in a bucket.
We have like a little mesh strainer with a cheesecloth on top, so it's like a double layer strain. And we just pour it through that, put it in the refrigerator. But then Colby has to wash the buckets out, wash the tubings, and he'll get a big bucket of soapy water, run all that through the machine, run regular water all through the machine, dump all those buckets, wash all those buckets, and get them all put up.
That being said, it's going to take you the same amount of time.
Right.
But here's the kicker. It's much easier. You can teach somebody to put suctions on a cow
than you can hand milk.
Than hand milk, because everybody can dump a bucket and clean lines out.
And the feed is the big thing. So if you can keep them there and you can keep them still, I mean, you're talking a half a gallon of feed they eat in that short amount of time.
Probably.
If you were hand milking,
we were going through 4 or 5 gallons.
They would just eat and eat and eat. So the feed, when you're talking about Timothy and alfalfa feed per bag, it's very expensive. So not only are you cutting down on costs there, I mean, yes, you're investing in the machine, but like I said, in 6 months, if you're paying that much money for that kind of feed to get them to stand still, then you might as well buy a pump.
We milk once a day, Sam. Usually we milk at 4 to 4:30. Now, when we have a farm sitter, we'll back our cows up till usually 5:30 to 6, so it makes it a little bit easier for daylight for farm sitters. But we milk once a day. We are actually getting to needing to get off because we've been out here longer than an hour.
Now, we've decided to leave some of this in the
Rehab Life
in the shuck. We're gonna stick that in the freezer.
Here's what we're doing and give me y'all's opinion because we got to go, and I know y'all we're losing some people because they got to go to other lives. Here's what we're doing. We're actually doing a farm kind of share, and what we're doing is saying, if you want the farm experience, hey, we can offer it to you. We're going to give for people who want to milk in our area. We're going to offer them, 2 to 3 gallons, basically of milking per day, which would be about 2.5, 3 gallons a day. They get for
a
week.
Day per week.
I know that's what I get in a day, but basically they're going to get that for a week every week for all year, and then they would have 14 farm days that they would have to work for that, and basically they'd get all the goods and milk for those 14 days as well. What it ends up coming out to being, where they get about $600 worth of milk that is grass fed and nice and clean, and can have the farm experience and get free milk all year round, basically just for 2 weeks worth of work.
So we were kind of just discussing how we needed to handle that, and we had kind of contemplated doing what Colby said, and said if we could offer somebody a gallon or two of milk every week, let them come pick that up every week for a whole year. That's a lot of milk in exchange for them working the farm for us for a total of 14 days, to allow us to just go out of town or go overnight somewhere, something like that as a family. Because if Colby and I just decided to go somewhere, we have no doubt that Aiden could do what needs to be done. I mean, he is very smart. He has moved cows around for us. He's diligent with the pigs, rounding up the chickens and turkeys and stuff like that when they get out. So, but when we want to go somewhere as a family, we have to have somebody here while we're gone. So we thought that would be a neat thing to do, is to provide them milk every week for a whole year in exchange for those 14 days worth of work while we were gone.
And those 14 days worth of work, they'd be getting tons of eggs, milk,
anything we have growing out in the yard.
And we grow 12 months out of the year, so they're gonna get something all
lettuce, carrots, tomatoes, whatever's out there.
That's right, rehab life. We need to build a tiny home on our property, make it off grid, and let everybody get the real experience, off grid farm living.
Build a tiny home as a guest house.
Guys, thank y'all so much for coming on. I know we went a little late. Y'all jump over to Single Dad Homestead with Chris. I know he comes on right after us. A great guy out from a great place at East Tennessee. So thank y'all again for coming on. We had a blast talking to you. We always do. We go all over the board when we come on here.
We do, but that's okay.
Y'all help to shuck some corn, though. That's the main thing. So.
Well, the rest of it's going in the freezer, and y'all cannot tell y'all how glad I am to. Very thankful, but I'm very glad I don't have to do corn anymore.
No more corn, but guess what we have to do?
Peas starting tomorrow.
Peas again tomorrow. She might make me do it tonight. She might, but get on it, boy.
I don't think so. We're supposed to put everybody in their bed and
hit the sand. Hey, God bless y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming on tonight.
Yes, thank y'all all so much tonight. It means the world to us that y'all support us and that y'all are here with us.
God bless.
Happy homesteading, y'all.
Happy homesteading, y'all.